Welcome to Laughing Tears on YouTube. Tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, we're having another exciting topic. We want to do something a little different than what we normally do on our show. We want to talk about being healthy and your finances. So we titled the show called Health versus Wealth. Which is more important? Now, of course, our initial answer, even my initial answer, of course, if you're not healthy, how can you enjoy your wealth? But a lot of times, especially in today's society, I believe that we had a recession over the past couple of years. A lot of people tend to think that we're still in a recession. A lot of people tend to think that it's getting a little bit better. But whatever your outlook on it is, it's been a tough time over the past 2, 3, 4 years, and even longer for some families. So a lot of families have had to go on and take extra jobs or work 16 to 12 hours a day just to make ends meet. And we understand that. And it's hard to eat healthy and to work all these amount of hours, and I can testify to that. Some situations I have to work 12-hour shifts on my job and do, of course, come here and do my job here on the radio show, and it can take your toll on you. And, for me, I had to just determine, like, hey, what am I going to do to balance this out? And the one thing I always tell anybody, I drink a lot of water, I try to eat a little bit more better, and I go to the gym as much as possible. I at least dedicate myself to go to the gym at least 3 times a week, at least minimum. And then if I can't go to the gym, I have like a little gym in my house that I try to go into and do a little quick workout just to show my body that I'm trying to, keep it in shape in some way or some fashion. And these are decisions that we have to make as we get up in age. I mean, today there's been a lot of deaths, a lot of strokes, a lot of heart attacks, and unhealthy deaths, I like to call them. And it's been real unfortunate. And another thing, especially men, we have to get to a point where we decide, like, man, hey, at least get a physical every, once a year, at least once a year. I think they say you're supposed to go every 6 months, but for men, I know how it is. Like, hey, I'm a man, I'm cool, I'm straight, I'm strong, need no doctor, forget no doctor. But I mean, even me, I had to turn it around and say I'm at least go to a doctor at least once a year, because you never know, and just get standard checkups. And if you feel anything that's not normal, you know your body more than anybody else. So you feel something that's not normal, but you still can live day to day, at least let the doctor know, like, hey, man, I got a strain right here, or, a little itch right here, and, could you, see what that's about? And I'm just coming for a basic physical. In these days and ages, we have to do that, because it's people dying at a large amount of numbers because they're not healthy. They think they're healthy, and all of a sudden you hear a lot of men, well, such and such died the other day. They just had a stroke, and they was doing fine. There's nothing wrong with them, and these are the reason why. Or you have that person on the flip side that just keep continually working all the time, extra hours, 2 jobs, and never eating properly, always eating out the vending machines. And you notice jobs love those vending machines. And like I tell people, get some fruit cups, bring some fruit to the job, bring a lot of water to the job, because these are things, if you're going to work long hours, you should have with you. Take some extra fruit cups, some bananas, grapefruits, grapes, whatever it is that you like. Take some extra water. Take these type of things with you. Give you some nutrition while you're at these jobs, because it's inevitable that we're gonna have to work. That's what it is. We're gonna have to work to make a living. It's just how it is. But we have to balance it out with the health and versus the wealth. It's really important to get your the teeth checked, get a physical at least once a year. At least once a year. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you're supposed to get it twice a year, but at least get it once a year. And do things of these natures. So that's why we decided to have this show on Laughing Tears, to make people aware of some of the things that you can find yourself getting in trouble with if you concentrate solely on your wealth. And like I always tell people, in my opinion, this is strictly my opinion, it's not about how much money you have to be comfortable. And I always like to say, in my opinion, being comfortable is not just living from check to check and everything around you is paid. To me, being comfortable is being able to save money outside of maintaining your bills, being able to travel, being able to have stocks, and then you living a real comfortable life, and then also having somewhat of a social life, whatever your hobby is. To me, that's being comfortable. And of course, if you're being able to be wealthy and is super rich, and whatever the case may be, is also the thing I like to say, to be able to give back to others. That's also an important part and key to just being wealthy. But at the same time, you have to also balance it out with being healthy. So these are some of the things that we're going to talk about on our show tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And I hope you can tune in with us tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. on www.blogtalkradio.com/laugh_tears. Call in number is 646-721-9617. And I also want to take this opportunity. It's the holidays. Thanksgiving is coming up. short week, should be a short work week for most of us. For those who have to work, we still keep you in our hearts because we understand you have to work. But hey, get that healthy meal in you. That good old turkey and everything else you want to get in you. But keep it healthy and keep it wealthy at the same time. We thank you for joining us. We thank you for all our support and all our callers. Buff Bay has had an excellent weekend. She's been at Jokes and Notes all weekend doing what she doing. That's why we had to actually reschedule the show. But that's a beautiful thing to say you're working that much. But at the same time, let's all keep it healthy. We thank you again. Laugh and tears. I'm out.